Well, well, well. All right. So, if you've never seen a video before, just a simple way is I'm not trying to like really review beers. I'm really doing my best for anyone who's searching and trying to find themselves as a beer person. I had a little experience working at Total Wine, and it was amazing how many questions just flooded to their head. And in order to get to some of the answers, I had to explain some of them, and you're already getting like super overwhelmed, and it gets super complicated. And I'm just also figuring the best way to start off everything. So hopefully I can get the divide automatically of whether you want to have this beer or not. A lot of them have been around for a while. Some are newer. Some are expanding. You can't keep up with all of them. So I'll do my best. Hopefully, if you're nearby or they're distributing far enough, you can see these beers and actually want to try them. Or if you're visiting and nearby. So I'll find myself in Austin, Texas these days. And there's some beers I can't get from Houston. When I was in Houston, I used to be able to get beers over there. And then when I go visit home, California, definitely there's going to be a lot of breweries out there and you can't get everything. So I'm just starting out with whatever's near me and working my way around. Hopefully, like friends here and there will bring stuff over. And there's a lot more that they could tell me about, and it's actually at the store. So we'll just go from there. So I already had a lot of time. Basically, right now today, we're in the L family, and we're going to an IPA. And this one is from Four Corners. Forgot where they started at, right here. Uh, and I know the answer, but for some reason I'm talking to you and I forgot because it's here. And Dallas, there we go. It's another Dallas, Texas one. They're doing very well over there as far as breweries. Yeah, definitely a lot. So people that are there are probably very happy that they have these breweries there and enjoying them. So I picked this one specifically because it's been on for a long time. El Chingón, and you see the rooster, and you see the hops, and it looks like it's going to be a hoppy beer. So it is. Obviously, it's an IPA. It does tell you it's a 7.3, and it's sitting at 72 IBUs. So that scale helps a lot. I can very comfortably sit at between 40 to 60 and be amazed on how vast it is. And some of them won't even appear that hoppy on my taste buds, and some will be stronger than I thought. And it is a combination of the recipe, the yeast, and the alcohol that brings it all together with the hops. It can either contrast or go well with it. Usually, when they're clear, a lot of the fruitiness goes away, and you just get that sting of bitter. And for some, if you're not really hateful on bitters, you actually get all the other flavors first. Some people enjoy the flavor because they know they're going to get that nice, strong, boozy kick and they're going to feel great. And then others are neutral. And luckily, I learned how to not quickly be offended by the bitter flavor and see where it's going, because then you understand where the flavor behind the bitter is, and it makes a little more sense over time. So if you're not there, this is a good one. If you have not had a super big IBU IPA, it's sometimes you just gotta leap, and that's what I did. As I had some that were just great, and a lot of them like, oh, those are beginner IPAs. And I understand because those ones are more, 40, or maybe 50, right around there, and it's amazing how a lot of them can be very enjoyable to you. Most people already know that they don't want IPAs because it upsets their stomach. They don't feel good afterwards. It's just not for you. If you're there and you're hopping around and you're trying to figure it out, this might be the jump to help you start leaping out to more intense IPAs that are clear. You know it's going to kick you and you're just going to go for it. Another one is the grapefruit. You're either for or not for. It's amazing how many people love all the IPAs, and that's my favorite. And I was one of them, and I was nervous, but there's plenty of people that are just not big on grapefruit IPAs, and some people just love them. So let's get this going because it's simple, sweet, not too much information. I'm not sure how much hops in, but it's definitely a gorgeous color. It's very clear. You can always get grapefruit notes in a lot of the IPAs, so don't be scared if someone mentions it in there. You really have to be like, oh man, it's a grapefruit one, because they throw a little extra grapefruit in there. There's already notes of fruit and citrus. It's beautiful, but that just enhances and focuses on that. These ones are using the array of flavors, array of aromas to really build something that they feel is a representation of their brewery. So they, as far as Four Corners, they really cover their basics. They really have beers that have a little more extra, a little more oomph, but they're definitely casual and everyday, because there's some that are just super strong all the time and people enjoy them, and the ones that really are everyday customers just love that style, where you'll find a lot more people like, I can't do that every day. So I feel this is more potent, more flavor already. Yes, the maltiness still shines through, but the floral beauty of the hops is really coming up. The booziness is definitely sticking out, adding a little sweetness to it. It is like bark and pine. Yep, bark pine. You got the maltiness, brings that little grain sunshine, little breezy, very vibrant. There's a lemon. I let like a peel, like a citrus peel. There we go. So for me, as soon as it hits the taste buds, that beautiful bitter hops cascades over. But behind it, there's a light sweetness from the grain and that booziness, and it goes into the floral, and then the citrus kind of bitter can. It is like a little bit like a grapefruit, but it all keeps like moving and rotating. It doesn't stay flat. Part of it is I have been focusing more on paying attention. You don't, and the main thing that your taste buds get is what's going to slap you across the face. Some people don't like sweet, so when they get that sweetness, like, other ones for bitter, and they're like, it's in the back of my throat. I don't like it. Yeah, this one, I'm getting both of them. It is lingering afterwards, and that's where it just finishes off as a grapefruit rind. But it doesn't seem too much focused on that. I'm getting some little pine notes at the end, but loaded with flavor. Definitely up there. That 72 IBUs is hitting on the money. It's really where my threshold is, like I'm past my comfort zone, but I can find myself taking another sip, and I would go for it. So this is for the people that have not had it. They keep looking at it like, what is this? Is it that hoppy? You will have to be some kind of hop lover. You'd have to know that you're going to want this. That's it. A lot of the haze craze dominates now, because leaving something that has a little more particles in it helps you bring the fruitiness forward more, and it comes off more subtle and sweet and delicate. This is a little more intense, but it still has fruity notes. It still zings. It still sits there. The bitterness lingers. So if that's what you're looking for, this is the one you go to. If you haven't had anything like this, this is definitely one to help start separating blah and going, okay, what is it that's making me go blah? Is it just intense bitter? Is it the citrus? Is it a little sweet? Maybe I like ones that are a little more dry than this, because this is a nice balance. It's probably the sweetness and the booziness that's keeping me going in for more. So Four Corners, this is well done. I do have to be in the mood, because I'll look at all the beers and I'll like, El Chingón, it got me last time. I'm good. But this last time I looked at it, I was like, damn, it's been a little while. Now I'm getting a nice reminder of its beauty, of its strength, of what it can do, how enjoyable it can be, but how much it's going to fight your taste buds a little bit. So for hop lovers, obviously, you're probably going to love this. You're going to want this. People that are exploring and trying to figure it out, you'll find out a little more if you want to be more into the IPAs or not. So if you haven't gotten to that separation, and don't get me wrong, you don't have to like just one style. I definitely am across the board, but I've had each style of beer where it just wasn't for me. It was cool, and then a handful they're just like, won't do that again. But this one, yeah, I will come back to it. I will check it out, and it's really awesome. And it definitely reminds you that there are beers that have those strong citrus notes that don't have to be absolutely grapefruit forward. It's citrus in there, but I will say the pine needle ones, the more like outdoorsy, woodsy ones, they speak to me. Like neon Christmas trees, a couple of them. I don't know what it is, but that's just where I'm at. And so that's just for you to see if you're on that same spectrum, similar. You could be a little different. You can be almost exactly the same. It's not for me, it's for you. So this is definitely just a good, solid IPA that's high IBU, nice little bump on the ABV, plenty of hops to go around, and definitely enjoyable to have the whole six pack. So don't go too fast though, because it will catch up with you. But other than that, hopefully there's something that really speaks to you or helps you decide where you want to go to next. But for now, I'm enjoying the rest of this. You enjoy of whatever your evening is, whatever you have in your hand. Cheers. If not, maybe next time.